Hello to all the beautiful, magical people of the world. My name is Xandria, and you're tuned in to my channel, Trans-cendental Noise. Today is an exciting day here at the Arcanium, as I have a big project to share with you all. Last month, I traded my services with my piano technician mentor, who happens to be a brilliant piano wholesaler, for this marvelous and antique Schaff Bros Upright Piano. It's a full upright with a height of 55 inches from the floor, bringing some massive sound that my mentor said is comparable to a baby grand piano. I have absolutely fallen in love with this instrument, and upon searching for the serial number in the online database, I have found that this piano was manufactured in 1912 to 1915. That makes her a World War I baby with over 100 years of experience. The strings are all original and the wood is in great shape. When she first arrived, I did spend a few hours dusting and cleaning her with wood polish. Once I wiped down the strings, the tone came back to life in a huge way. Now, as you've all seen by the title, today's video is all about tuning this piano so that I can begin recording with it in my future videos and projects. However, what I have planned,
you leave the planning to me,
will be a very special 3-part video for you all. So let me break down what exactly I'm gonna do. First, I will make use of the very out-of-tune strings to record some very spooky, mega creepy samples of the piano being played unconventionally with a comprehensive 5-microphone recording setup. I will be mixing these samples down after the video and upload them into a library of samples that anyone can use for free to create music with. Now, with the out-of-tune strings being made into useful samples, we can move on to step number 2, tuning the piano. I am going to begin tuning this piano the way I taught myself how to tune, which is by using an electronic tuning device, also referred to as an ETD in the piano technician world, and tuning this piano to Just Intonation, which is basically a slightly different way of tuning, which is more in alignment with the harmonic series of overtones that are naturally present in vibrational science. This will create a beautiful sounding piano in C major or its relative minor, A minor, but will definitely create some out-of-tune notes as we modulate into different keys. After tuning to Just Intonation, I will record 2 sample pieces of music to show you what it sounds like. After that's all done, we move on to step number 3, where I retune the whole piano to our standardized 12-tone equal temperament. This tuning is the standard for Western music today, which focuses on perfectly balancing the 12 individual notes inside the octave an equal distance from each other. This creates a piano that has every note slightly out of tune except for our starting A note, but allows us to play in any key on the piano without the keys sounding extremely out of tune. It is described as the jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. This tuning sounds very warm and rich, with a natural chorus-like effect thanks to all of the notes being slightly out of tune. When that tuning is done, we'll re-record our sample songs once more. At the end, I'll show you the A to B comparison of the same songs being played in both Just Intonation and Equal Temperament, so that you can see what the subtle differences are between them. We'll talk about the pros and the cons of each and why you might prefer one over the other. So without any further yapping, let's begin our colossal task for this week. Wish me luck that I can complete this in a few days. I am gonna need it. First things first, we're gonna remove the screws that hold the action in place, and then I'm gonna disconnect the rods that attach to the foot pedals. This allows the action to hoist completely out of the piano, like so. Let's go! Next, we're going to set up 5 microphone recording setup for a full stereo image on this piano, including 1 large diaphragm condenser in the room for that glorious room reverb. Time to get spooky. With part 1 out of the way, it's time to reinstall the action back into the piano and also reconnect the rods that connect to the foot pedals. You gonna play for me? You gonna play some more? Let's see if we can get to focus. There we go. This is what the proper amount of temperament strip placement looks like. So essentially, it's just like these, where only one note is playing out. For these doubles, you actually got it to where half of them are blocked, so only a single one is playing at each time. And for the triples, they're on each side so that only the middle, so this is muted, so that only the middle string is playing on each of these, going forward all the way down to the high treble. I don't plan on ever playing any of this, so we're not going to even tune these and not bother. With that being said, let's get on to the actual tuning. Sounds like I did a good job yesterday of getting my A to resonate perfectly with my tuning fork. A4 to A3, slightly wide of pure. So in other words, go to pureness. Where I hear no beats and then a little bit wide. Okay. Subtle roll in the pitch. Now it's time for our before and after comparison test. First up, let's listen to the piano before any tuning. Next up, Just Intonation. And finally, 12-tone equal temperament. Now it's time to compare our Just Intonation with 12-tone equal temperament tuning. Let's look at the pros and cons of 12-tone equal temperament. This is the standard for all Western pianos and music. It has a subtle chorus effect due to the slightly out-of-tune notes, and all of the keys on the piano are playable. Now let's look at the cons. Tuning this way does require months to years of time to learn and master. And also, it doesn't perfectly align with the harmonics in the natural series of overtones. Now let's look at the pros and cons of Just Intonation. It's in alignment with the harmonic series of overtones. It's crystal clear sustain with no subtle chorus-like effect. And it's easier to learn how to tune this way. As for the cons, modulation into other keys generally sounds bad. It sounds flat compared to 12-tone equal temperament without any chorus-like effect, and it's not the standard in Western music, which may give you some trouble when you're recording or playing with other people who are used to that Western standard of 12-tone equal temperament. Well friends, that brings us to the end of our second official video on this channel. What did you think about each tuning? Did you find one favorable to the other? Did you even notice any differences at all? Make sure to leave a comment below with your thoughts and I'll respond. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe and send your energy to our channel for continued transcendence. I'm Xandria, and thank you for watching till the end of the video. Have a magical day, and I will see you next time. You're still here. What's that? Oh, you're right. I did say that I would share some more samples of our horror harp with you. Well then, shall we?